this gobbledygook? Nay, good sir, in this new world we shall use more modern conveniences. Book their services online at twomeninajunktruck.com.
2 men and a junk truck, making room for what matters most.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Like pajamas, our onesies that we are all wearing here today. Beautiful pink onesies and pajamas. Shout out to Megan Judge from our marketing team for that. There's a few things we need to just catch up on here. And if you missed any of our show, shame on you. Go back and listen to our podcast wherever you find podcasts. Let's catch up on a couple of things. So we created an Octo Box for Thanksgiving of food, like the Red Zone. Scott Hansen, shout out to him. We have turkey, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cornbread, collard greens, sweet potato pie, and ham. Okay? Off of that, Smalls has really been making a push. It's like the 13th team in the 12-team playoff here. It's Alabama with 3 losses. She's basically Kalen DeBoer today, trying to push for her team to get in. And the specific push is around these cheesy potatoes with cornflakes on top.
Yep.
Per sources close to me, you have actually not portrayed the meal 100% properly. Is that true?
Correct. This was a huge miss by me. My mom is watching. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. Love you. She reminded me to tell you guys that the cornflakes are mixed with butter. So that's why they come out so perfectly golden and crunchy and delicious on the top. Does that influence your thoughts on this at all?
Well,
because butter makes everything better.
we like your mom. Your mom was very nice to us when we met her. Your mom is happy Thanksgiving to you, to your family. Period. Next sentence. I'm still not interested in cornflakes on my potatoes.
Wow.
Respectfully, I'm going to pass.
Wow. You guys are so
Respectfully.
wrong on this. I'm going to make this dish and bring it in.
I'm out on this one, Smalls. I would even go with the scalloped potatoes
Yes.
with some cheese on top.
Oh.
Like, I would go with that as opposed to the dish that you're talking about. I just
You're missing out.
I don't know, man. The cornflakes thing throws me off a little bit, and I don't even know if I'd give it the old college try. I think I'm just going to go with the hard pass on this one.
You wouldn't even try it.
No, I'm good.
I'm floored.
I'm straight.
I am floored.
The second
Yeah,
update.
I'm giving your potato dish to Heisman.
Wow.
Straight stiff arm, Derrick Henry, get it away from my plate.
Offensive.
The second update are the text messages, which is interesting. CC has brought this up. I just literally received one from my local car wash. I'm not even kidding, wishing me a happy Thanksgiving. Probably means I should get off of that text.
Why is your car wash texting you, period?
Why do they have your cell phone number?
Yeah, seriously.
All of these things are great questions. I have no answers to any of these.
Is this a company-generated mass Happy Thanksgiving
Yeah, it's
text?
not like
Or is
from
this
the
one
guy who-
specific guy?
It's like Bob at the car wash. I actually need a car wash. Anyway, but CC, you received some text messages as well.
Yeah, we had this conversation on air last Thanksgiving about people not sending out the mass Happy Thanksgiving text, where they don't even have your name on it. It's just Happy Thanksgiving, family. Enjoy it. Like, don't send that to me. I sent that PSA last year.
You did.
Folks didn't get the memo. People are continuing to do it. I just want to know, am I a bad person for not responding to any of the Happy Thanksgiving texts that I may receive today?
Well, that's an
Because
interesting.
I don't plan on responding at all.
Right.
I'm going crickets. I might even go do not disturb. I don't want to hear from nobody with the text message on a Happy Thanksgiving. Because I don't want. I told people not to send the text so I wouldn't feel guilty about not responding. But people don't care about that. They're sending the text anyway. So my response is going to be no response. And I want to know from you guys, especially Michelle Smallman, because she is my accountability partner, am I a bad guy for not responding to the mass Happy Thanksgiving text that I get?
Yes. Think about all the time and energy you just took to ask the question and outline the situation. And that time you could have copied and pasted Happy Thanksgiving to all the mass texts you've been a part of.
But why? I don't want to do it. Why do I have to spend 5 minutes out of the day copy and pasting Happy Thanksgiving to 50 text messages?
You know,
A little
Cece,
humble brag there.
I was just going to say 50 different people took time out of their day to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and hope that you have a wonderful day with your family. I would rather think of what if 0 people texted you today? What if 0 people hoped you
I'd
had a
be happy with that. Perfect. That'd be perfect. I'd be happy with that. I'm good. I got all the folks that I need wishing me a happy Thanksgiving outside of you guys here in my house. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm okay. I'm not going to take offense to it. I'm not going to be mad if you don't wish me a happy Thanksgiving. Don't be mad when I don't wish you a happy Thanksgiving via text message. We good.
Okay.
Straight,
Basically,
Smalls.
just don't text Canty around any holiday.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
wait a
doesn't
second.
like
Let
Happy
me,
New
let me
Year
ask
either.
something. Let me respond to the PSA because allow me to reintroduce myself on this.
Jar.
Anyway, so
Jar.
here's the thing that I would
You're down to $1.
here's what I would like to ask. What if it's Happy Thanksgiving, Cece? Happy Thanksgiving, Chris?
Personal.
Yeah, like I wonder if right now, everybody in all of our lives that are listening individually text us all Happy Thanksgiving and put our name behind it, and let's see what happens here. It's a little social experiment. Let's see if we actually have people that would do this.
Cece doesn't want that.
Don't tell them to do that because I don't want to spend my time during Thanksgiving responding to text messages.
No, you have an excuse if they do it during the show.
I want to drink. I want to be merry.
How about
Stop.
this?
I don't want to respond.
Oh,
to
Dave
text
Matthews, Jar.
No, that's not what he was doing. Cece, how about this? How about we give you the floor right now to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and then if you don't respond to the text, you can say, I did it on national television.
No,
and
I
radio."
want no. Don't give him an out on this. I want all of his friends, the old fraternity brothers at UVA, the kids he grew up with in New York,
don't do this.
former teammates
Don't
and
be-
coaches.
Evan, you're being a bad guy right now. This is not even being a bad teammate. You're just being a bad guy because you know this is not what I want.
Correct.
You want to make me miserable and have to respond to all of these text messages. At least Smalls proposed an alternative that actually makes sense.
See, I don't even think I get any.
Time
I don't think
during
I get
our
any.
show to wish everyone that I love, all of my friends and family, a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. See, I'm all about
So I
solutions.
can do
here.
that now, and I don't have to worry about sending out no damn text message.
I love that. See, now, Cece, the way to get back at Evan is to publicly say now that everyone that's coming to his house should stay until 11 p.m.
Okay, that's not funny. That's not funny.
To the end
That's
of
not
the
even funny.
Packers-Dolphins game.
To the end of the
Stay until
Packers-Dolphins
end of
game.
the
That's how you get
Packers-Dolphins
back
game.
at him.
Exactly.
No, that's too real.
Make him miserable.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And it wasn't real when you encouraged
Rob-
everyone in Cece's life to
Rob,
text him.
see
when he
if that
doesn't want
hotel by my parking lot's available tonight, please, if we could. All right, go ahead. Let's see. Would I get any text with anybody wishing me a happy Thanksgiving?
What?
I'll do it.
Nuno,
I'll text
Cam,
you.
and Pat. Really? That's what y'all are doing now?
What's the problem?
That's what we're doing?
What happened?
That's what we're doing?
They texted?
Nuno, Cam, and
I've
Pat
gotten
all
none.
text me happy Thanksgiving.
I've gotten absolutely no
And
one has wished me a happy Thanksgiving.
I'm getting a gift. I'm getting a gift from Nuno, and I got an emoji from Pat. Like, come on, guys.
The gift is personalized.
No, what do you mean it's personal?
He had to search through the
That's right.
gift database to send that.
He had to find the
Man,
correct
Way harder
information.
than just
That is the
typing
most
Happy
sickly
Thanksgiving.
looking turkey I've ever seen.
It's a weird looking turkey.
I got one.
You
got a happy Thanksgiving?
Yep, from friend of the show, friend in life, Randy Scott. Texted me, happy Thanksgiving, Smalls.
Awesome.
Must be tuned in.
Well done. Well
Happy
done.
Thanksgiving, Randy.
See?
We love you.
See, we can give Thanksgiving shout-outs. This basically could be Funk Flex on a Saturday night, just giving shout-outs. Let's go.
First group of people to wish me a happy Thanksgiving this morning, my Wordle chat. They're up. Solving
What
the
an
Wordle.
honor. What an honor. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's go. Text us if you're in our live. Tweet at us at UnsportsESPN, at ChrisCanty99, at M. Smallman, at EVCO Radio. Just throwing it out there.
What's the Wordle word today? Cornflakes?
It's too long, Cam.
Flake.
This guy.
Cam really has had an open mic all show. Has anybody else noticed that? And Nuno and Pat
know
have
what?
not talked as much in a year and a half as Cam has today.
Cam's been a
I don't know
hater
if
today.
that's true.
Cam's been a hater today, and that surprises me.
I'm not usually up this early.
I know. We can tell.
I'm still at 0 in terms of happy Thanksgiving. Oh, my God. Well, I don't think the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, had a happy Thanksgiving Eve last night as his Minnesota Timberwolves lost to the Sacramento Kings. They're 8-10. They're the 12th seed in the Western Conference. And Anthony Edwards, had this to say post-game about his team.
We looked like front runners for sure tonight. Like we was down. Nobody wanted to say nothing. Then we got up. Then everybody like cheering and hype, and then we get down again and don't nobody say nothing. That's the definition of a front runner. And like we as a team, including myself, we all was front runners tonight, and it was some for sure. Y'all bring it together. We've been trying to figure this out for the whole year, man. we thought this was defense was our identity, and it's not looking like it at all. We don't know what our identity right now. Me and Mike was talking about. I think we soft as hell, like as a team, internally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to the other team, but like internally, like we soft. Like we can't talk to each other. Just a bunch of little kids. It's just like we playing with a bunch of little kids, like everybody, like the whole team. We just can't talk to each other, you know. And we got to figure it out, man, because we can't go down this road.
That's no joke. Little kids, front runners, we can't talk to each other. Cece, you played 11 years in the NFL. What did those comments mean to his teammates?
No, soft is fighting words. And basically what he said was Mike Conley aside, everybody else soft as hell on this team. That's what he just said. And if I'm another guy in that locker room, we going to have a conversation. And there could be furniture moving in the locker room when we have said conversation. You don't call no grown man, especially a professional athlete, soft. So for him to say that is sounding the alarm for me. And this team has been hustling backwards. They lost 4 straight. They've lost 7 of the last 9. There's something off with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I'm sure part of that is new learning, because you lost 2 core guys in Kyle Anderson and Karl Anthony Towns, and you added Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. So there is a curve that's associated with getting those players acclimated to being in the rotation and being on your team. But for Ant-Man to do this in such a public way, it's an indictment on the sports character in that locker room. And I don't know, it feels like things in Minnesota might get worse before they get better.
But Cece, could that be a good thing? He says that the furniture moves, they get it all out, they have that conflict, and then they come out better on the other side of it?
Not if they front runners like he thinks they are. If they're front runners like he thinks they are, then they are not in the business of being confrontational. Front runners don't fold, Smalls. Mm-hmm. I mean, front runners do fold. Like champions don't fold. Champions don't avoid confrontation. And it sounds like, based on the fact that he pointed out the communication issues, that this team doesn't want to address the elephant in the room when it comes to how they play. So I don't know that him confronting them, you know, in the locker room is going to make the impact or spur the change that he thinks needs to happen in order for this team to get back on track. So it's scary hours for the Minnesota Timberwolves right now.
I also can't ignore one thing, and it may not be 100% fair, but how many times have active players come out against Rudy Gobert in some way, shape, or form? I don't know that there's a current athlete in the end, in all of sports, that any is attacked more than Rudy Gobert.
He's universally hated.
Yeah.
I was dancing around that. Thank you for saying that. I mean, honestly, I was dancing.
But he is.
I know. It's easier, honestly, it's easier for you to say as someone who's been there and done that as an athlete than me who, I mean, granted, I am an athlete. Look behind me, high school football jersey, no big deal. But the point is, like, he's universally disliked. And you have to keep going back to, like, this what we're seeing in Minnesota this year feels like the end of Utah, does it not? Feels like the end of, like, hey, they were really good until they weren't.
And the COVID bit, that was very,
like, we've seen this before.
Very awkward at the end. Yeah,
something's weird about this team. I agree. It's one of these moments last night. We're not saying, oh my God, they're going to go on a 10-game losing streak and they're going to blow up the team. It's one of those, let's just circle this. And if it doesn't work out for Minnesota this year, let's remember that moment last night. Reminder.
And they traded 5 first-round draft picks for that guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Reminder, everybody wish CC and all of us a happy Thanksgiving. Text, just saying.
Come on, man.
Yeah, just saying. Coming up, who will we learn more about this week? We'll get to that next. We're on Sportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
This week on Football Sunday on ESPN Radio.
The things that you need to win a championship in this league. The LA Chargers, they got all the elements.
Justin Herbert leads the Los Angeles Chargers into Atlanta to face the NFC South leading Falcons.
This is gone for the Atlanta touchdown.
Coverage begins Sunday at noon Eastern with kickoff at 1 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Are you looking for a career, not just a job? Paul's is looking for experienced fabricators and millwrights to join their team on both the first and second shifts. Paul's offers above average pay, 2 weeks paid vacation, get a company bonus, health, vision, and dental, their 401k with a match, plus tuition reimbursement. Experience what being part of Paul's family feels like when being inspired by the positive culture. Let Paul's create big possibilities for your career and life. Equal opportunity employer. Apply online. paulsmachine.com.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley in Champaign. When you find what you love at the price you love, it's not just Black Friday, it's the Ashley Black Friday event. This season at Ashley, find the perfect sofa and stain-resistant fabric at a price you'll love. You'll wonder, where has this been all my life? Plus, enjoy savings up to $1,000 store-wide. Act fast because these deals won't be around for long. And starting November 29th, score Black Friday doorbuster deals starting at $199 while supplies last, only at Ashley.
Time to go to school.
Learn or something.
No.
Who will we learn more about this week?
Yes, guys, let's determine who we are going to learn more about this week in some pivotal matchups in the NFL. Let's start first with Chargers at Falcons.
Chargers at Falcons.
Which you can hear right here on ESPN Radio. Steve Levy, Harry Douglas, and Jeff Darlington on the call. Evan, we'll start with you. Who will we learn more about, the Chargers or the Falcons?
I know the Chargers are coming off the loss in the Harbaugh Bowl to the Ravens. I am convinced they're a good football team. I'm convinced they're a playoff team. I'm convinced they're not ready yet to be a Super Bowl team. So with all of those prereqs, I am going the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to learn more as to whether or not they could beat a good team like the Chargers and stave off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in order to win this NFC South. Absolutely Atlanta Falcons for me.
See, I look at that the other way. The Chargers have all the core elements that it takes to compete for and win a championship. I just want to know, can they put it together? And so far against good teams, they haven't. They're 1-4 against teams with a winning record. Here's an opportunity to go up against the division leader in the Atlanta Falcons. Go handle your business if you're the Chargers. Tells me a lot about the character of the football team, how they respond after a loss. You got embarrassed by the Baltimore Ravens in a primetime game in your home field. Go show me that you can respond properly, because that's what championship teams do.
Next one, Pat.
Buccaneers at Panthers.
CeCe, we'll stick with you again, and you can also hear that game on ESPN Radio. Mike Cousins, Kelly Stoffer on the call. CeCe, who will we learn more about, Bucks or Panthers?
Oh, I'm going to say we learn more about the Bucks. I still think this team is in it to win their division. And so even though Atlanta swept the season series, you're now talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having to have a better record outright than the Falcons. So that means that they've got to get a lot of wins. That means they have zero margin for error. So for me, this is about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers handling their business against what has turned out to be a feisty Carolina Panthers team in the second half of this season.
Yeah, I think Bucks. I agree with CC. Bucks are the answer on this one. Let's see if they're in it to win the division here. I do think there is something to learn about the Panthers. Like, I think the Bryce Young experience now is much different than it was to start the season as to whether or not he can be their guy moving forward. But I'm agreeing with CC. Give me the Bucks on that one.
Next one, Pat.
Cardinals at Vikings.
Evan, we'll stay with you. I think this is an interesting matchup, but who do you think we'll learn more about? Arizona or Minnesota?
Cardinals. Can they hold on to this division? Like, nobody in that division is very good. Nobody in that division is very bad. Even the Niners, who have not been as good this year as we thought they would be. Can the Cardinals go on the road and beat a extremely well, both sides of the ball, Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores, coach Vikings team with a quarterback now that is good enough, that's for sure, maybe even good in general, and Sam Darnold? Is this is this Cardinals team for real relative to winning the division? We'll learn more about them this weekend as a result.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Vikings started the season on a 5-game winning streak, and currently they're on a 4-game winning streak. I want to see if they can continue to put it together because we keep waiting for the clock to strike midnight with Sam Darnold. What happens if that doesn't happen, right? We're starting to see Sam Darnold for the first time in his career, an uber-talented quarterback coming out of college with good NFL coaching, with good play calling. And I'm wondering now, with the talent and marrying up to the coaching, if this is who Sam Darnold is going to be moving forward. I think with each passing game, we get another data point that would suggest that this is who Sam Darnold is going to be for the foreseeable future. So in an odd way, I think we're going to learn more about the Minnesota Vikings because we're going to learn more about Sam Darnold.
I agree with that. I feel like the Vikings continue to win, but yet we're all not sold on them. So the more wins that they put there, the more data points we have that they are for real. Next one.
Eagles at Ravens.
CC, two teams we think are Super Bowl contenders. Who will we learn more about in this matchup, Philly or Baltimore?
Oh, I'm going to say we're going to learn more about Philly, right? I think this is an opportunity to see what has statistically been the best defense over the last 2 months come to the party against a high-powered offense with two guys that have been in the MVP conversation at various points this season, that being Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. How is Philadelphia going to slow this Baltimore Ravens offense down is going to tell me a lot about what I think the Philadelphia Eagles ceiling is going to be. Because contrary to what has been the identity of the team past, I think the identity of this Eagles bunch is on the defensive side of the ball. And I want to see just how good that defense is by holding down an offense like the Baltimore Ravens.
I totally agree with CC, and I think the other point I would just make is the Ravens at home against an NFC team has always been with Lamar Jackson an assumed Ravens win because he always wins those games.
Yes.
He's 22-1 against the NFC.
Correct.
Unreal. That puts it in perspective. What happens if the Eagles go in and beat them? Oh boy, remember CC had them number 1 in the Challengers of the Chiefs this week. I think other people may jump on board if they win on the road at the Ravens. That is a monster win. It'll also, by the way, quick little aside, if the Eagles beat the Ravens this week and the Steelers win, like, we're going to go back to saying the Steelers are going to win the division.
If the Eagles go into Baltimore and they win this game, will we stop holding our breath that there's going to be a meltdown down the stretch like we saw last year?
Yes. I will.
I think I will too. All right, last one.
Not actually.
Browns at Broncos.
Yeah, don't do that. Not safe.
Well, you have been trying to kill me this week, so you even said that, right?
Wait, what was that sounder that you just played?
Browns at Broncos.
Browns at Broncos, not what was on the rundown. A surprise here. Browns at Broncos. Evan, who are we learning more about?
Omaha.
Omaha, indeed.
Wait. No, let's do the 49ers Bills.
Okay.
Wait, I played the wrong thing. No,
Pat, redo. Go ahead.
I told you dissension amongst Pat and Nuno. They see handsome Cam in there from Greeny. He's got his cool jacket. He's talking a lot and he's throwing Pat and Nuno off. I will learn more about the 49ers this week because CC and Smalls and everybody wants to make me believe that they are dead. Well, if they go and beat Buffalo, they are very much alive. I'm going to learn more about the Niners.
49ers at Bills.
CC?
They're not going to beat Buffalo.
No, they're not.
They're not. Buffalo is 5-0 at home. Why would you think they're going to beat Buffalo?
Did you see them versus Green Bay last week?
But that's not the question. It's who you're going to learn more about. The question is not who you think is going to win.
we're going to learn more about the Buffalo Bills. I honestly think that, and this is an opportunity for them to workshop the identity of the team and who they need to be as we gear down through the stretch run of the regular season and get ready for postseason football. It ain't about being able to win the division for them. We know they're going to have that wrapped up in early December. It's about being in contention for the number 1 seed and being in contention for that bye week that comes along with it. So I think the Buffalo Bills are in play for that. And beating the San Francisco 49ers, an inferior opponent that's dealing with a lot of injuries, goes a long ways into making that their reality for the playoffs. So I still think we learn more about the Buffalo Bills.
All right. One more from me.
Okay.
Who are we going to learn more about today for all of us? You or your guests on Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm not hosting, so I'll exclude myself from this combo.
CC?
We're going to learn more about my guests. They know what they're getting from me today, which is a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to be on the couch watching the games until the games watch me. I'll get up and graze a little bit after the main course, and that's going to be how it goes. So I just want to make sure that my guests fully understand what to expect from me. I hope my family and friends that aren't here with me today realize I'm probably not going to talk to you. I'm not going to text you. I'm not going to do none of that. This is about me being selfish and enjoying the Super Bowl of holidays, which is Thanksgiving.
I think it's pretty clear you're going to learn more about me, whether or not I could withstand the wave that comes through my home today, whether or not I could deal with that, whether or not I could remove myself from bad situations, go to my room, lock the door, and watch the Dolphins and the Packers tonight.
Lock the door?
Lock the door.
So why would you go in a room and lock the door? What's the point of having people over if you don't want to be around said people?
Could not agree more.
Don't know. Good question. Ask my wife. We're on Sportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
This week on Football Sunday on ESPN Radio.
150, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Baker Mayfield leads the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into Charlotte to face Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers.
Down he goes! What a run! First and goal, Carolina!
Coverage begins Sunday at 4 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. FX's Grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here!
Courtney Lee Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelce.
There's no future after this.
FX's Grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty Interior Paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty Interior Paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus, a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
The City of Urbana invites you to the 3rd annual Trees and Lights from Around the World event in downtown Urbana. Happening daily from December 7th to the 21st from 12 to 4 p.m., you'll experience trees and window art displays that tell a unique and beautiful story. Enjoy vibrant Urbana during their Trees and Lights this holiday season as you check out local shops, art galleries, diverse cuisine, and tantalizing drinks. Create memories with family and friends with the City of Urbana.
Supply. At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This is Unsportsmanlike with Chris Canty, Evan Cohen, and Michelle Smallman.
Eat Doritos, just don't eat it in bed.
Why?
Are you snacking in bed,
You're
CC?
snacking in bed?
No, I'm not a snack in bed guy, but I'm not above it.
Oh, Paramore, nice.
I like Paramore. Underrated.
I think Paramore's properly rated.
Okay, nice talking to you.
They were on the Eras tour. I think they're pretty popular.
No, I think it was just wasn't it just Haley Williams opening, or was it Paramore opening for Taylor
Paramore.
Swift? Oh, was it fully Paramore? Wow.
This is a very good song at a spin class.
Misery Business?
Very
right?
good.
Yeah.
Canty?
I don't know. This sounds like you'd be spent after about 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. But
You know
this
who
is
does a version of this on stage with Haley Williams?
Who?
Steph Curry. Steph Curry did Misery Business on stage
I
with Haley
remember that.
Williams. Ain't It Fun? Great song.
Crush, Crush, Crush. Elite.
There's another one.
Shout out to Paramore.
Yeah. Wait, what's the one that I love? Oh, my God. What's the other really popular one?
Ain't it fun?
No, I said that already. My wife and I love another one. What is it called?
I don't know, Evan. I
Hard
don't.
Times?
What? No, not Hard Times.
That's a good one.
Hard time.
I don't remember. If you're ready to take it to the next level, unleash the beast this college tailgate season with Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. As we look ahead to tonight, the Dolphins are hoping to do that with Tua and finally winning a game in a cold weather environment. At Green Bay, I do wonder, though, CC, you and I were, of course, attacked by Pat Costello for a food take moments before we came back on the air, because we both agreed that the sliced deli meat turkey that you get at the supermarket is better than Thanksgiving turkey.
That is correct. I think that Thanksgiving Day turkey is limited, and Pat thinks it is the model or the example of versatility, and I just don't see how that's even possible.
Yeah.
I just think you're wildly underselling how versatile turkey is in the post-Thanksgiving run. You can do so much with it.
Please elaborate. Please explain.
Yeah. Sandwiches, turkey pot pie, turkey soup. You can do tons with it.
Yeah, but you get a turkey sandwich every day of your life and be fine with it.
Yeah, but not that turkey.
Yeah, but there's a reason you get the one turkey every day of your life and that you don't get the other one every day of your life.
Yeah, because one takes more time than slicing something off a weird congealed mass at the deli.
Ugh, a weird congealed mass.
Oh, you really made this fun.
Congealed.
Pat.
It's turkey meat.
That sounds horrific.
Still Into You is the song I was thinking of by Paramore. But listen, I put this out on Twitter at UpCo Radio. It stems back from 2018. I just checked here. If you like turkey so much, you would eat it more during the year. If you like the family you see only once a year on Thanksgiving so much, you would see them more during the year. Let's not fake it, please.
I think most people do eat turkey more than once a year, and most people do see their family more than once a year.
I will say, even though I'm a complainer about this, the family I'm seeing today, every single person that will be there, I see all the time. So that's like, I am at least consistent in
Then
that.
why are you so anti coming over today?
Over under 2.5 meals for a whole roasted turkey during the year.
Under.
Under. I
would say under.
Of
It's not
course
even
it is.
close.
Of course it is. So how, if it's under, to our point that we are making here, Pat Costello, how is, if that is under, which it blatantly is, and then over by, I will have over 2.5 like sliced turkey meals, like the deli kind, this month, this week, right?
This week?
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about, Pat? How can you rank Thanksgiving turkey above the regular turkey that we all have all the time?
Oh, easily, because it tastes way better. It's not even close. It's way better.
I don't think we're talking about how often you eat it, right?
But
obviously, you eat sliced turkey more often than.
But you eat something you
yeah,
like
but we're
often.
saying if the whole roasted turkey is so good, then why are you only having it once, maybe
Because
twice
it's
a year?
significantly more prep.
And it's also a special occasion.
It's a special occasion. I love sliced
Shout out
turkey.
to Randy Scott, by the way, Sports Center, and who's on after us today in for Greeny. He's texting me the Still Into You by Paramore. That's awesome song.
Of course he would know that.
Why are you taking shots at Randy Scott?
It's not a shot. I'm just saying he seems like someone who would be a Paramore fan.
What does that mean?
That it's cool.
That he has good taste in music.
Oh, okay. All right. Then
And
we're
that it's
good.
cool.
Then we're good. All right. Cece, as we're looking at tonight's game, the weather has become a topic. Tua and McDaniel has become a topic. It's almost to the Packers' credit. They have become like the secondary topic because they're starting to roll a little bit. Jordan Love didn't turn the ball over by way of interception last week. This may sound ridiculous, but I'm genuinely curious. Do teams factor weather into team building? In other words, like if you're a Northeast team, are you looking for cold weather type players? And is that such a thing, a cold weather player versus a warm weather player? Because I'm telling you, as we all get there tonight, stuffed our faces at 8:20 p.m. Eastern time, in the intro to that game tonight, the weather will be a topic, and we all know that.
Well, you can get acclimated to the weather, so I don't know if it's something that you're specifically scouting in terms of, whether or not a guy can play in cold weather. But I think when you're not used to it, it's a shock to a system. And as Bill Parcells used to tell us, a cold player is not a fast player. So if you're not used to those types of elements, if you're not used to playing in sub-freezing temperatures, it can throw you off your game a little bit. And that's going to be the interesting thing to see with this Dolphins offense, and specifically their passing game. The timing of it all with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and how those guys adjust, catching the football, handling the football. All of those things matter. And then, oh, by the way, when it comes to the physicality that the Green Bay Packers are bringing to the party, how do the Miami Dolphins adjust to that? So those are all elements that I'm going to be watching in tonight's game. And the reality of the situation that the Miami Dolphins are in, because Tua missed so much of the first half of this season, is that they can't afford to lose this one. They have zero margin for error. In order to be a playoff team in the AFC, they got to at least get to 10 wins, which means over their next 6 games, they got to win 5 of them. They can't afford to give this one away, even though going to Lambeau and beating the Packers is a tough task.
Must-win season? Are we there? Is that what we're saying?
For the Dolphins, yes.
If they got to win 5 of their final 6, how can you not call it a must-win?
Oh, I just like that we're labeling it that, and I agree with you, but it makes tonight, which is going to be fun anyway, even more fun, right? That we're talking about, hey, it's their playoff game tonight for Miami Dolphins. They're doing it on the road in cold weather with Tua healthy.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, Ev. I mean, I'm looking at it this way. There's no way the Chargers or the Broncos don't get to 10 wins. There's no way that either of those teams don't get to 10 wins.
Yeah.
So if you're the Dolphins, you know that you at least got to get to double-digit wins. So, yeah, this is a must-win situation. There is no question about that in my mind.
I'm going to need Jordan Love to take care of the football tonight, because that to me is the path for the Miami Dolphins to win. Jordan Love has obviously had way too many interceptions, way too many turnovers so far this season. Make it a Josh Jacobs special in the cold. Thank you. That's my request.
No, you said that. Matter of fact, let's elaborate on that for a minute or two. Just because you have a franchise quarterback doesn't mean your franchise quarterback has to play like a franchise quarterback in every single game. There are games where you could say, in order for, like, to me, the definition of having a franchise quarterback is also the acceptance and understanding of, if tonight's a Josh Jacobs game and I throw the ball 15 times and we win, who cares? I'm your franchise quarterback. That's been established. All I have to prove is that my willingness to win games any way we can.
We're just trying to win games.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't care who the star is. And the Green Bay Packers are third in rushing offense. Josh Jacobs ranks third in carries, third in rushing yards. He's obviously been so effective for the Packers this year. He's been carrying them in a lot of ways because Jordan Love's been injured, and obviously the turnovers have been a problem. So I don't want them to play with fire tonight at all against a desperate Miami Dolphins team, even if the temperatures are going to be 25 degrees at kick, which favors the Packers.
But I like where you're going with this, because this, to me, has been the evolution around Josh Allen. The acceptance of, I don't have to throw 30 times a game. I don't have to throw 40 times a game. I don't have to throw multiple touchdowns. I have to do what the coaches asked me to do for us to score more points than the other team. That's literally your job.
Period. End of
right?
story.
It may be different, and it shouldn't be this way, but it may be different if you think you're a quarterback that needs to prove himself in order to get paid. But once a team has paid you and declared you the franchise quarterback, like the Packers have with Jordan Love or like the Bills have with Josh Allen, then your job is just to carry out the game plan and be perfect at carrying out the game plan. And maybe there'll be one or two throws a game where you show everybody why you're being paid $50 to $60 million. But if there's no need for those one or two throws a game, hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs 30 times and win the game. That's how you win. And I have no problem with that. If that's the game plan, that's probably should be the game plan tonight for the Green Bay Packers. All right, Smalls, we have positive programming coming up, but we have an assignment for everybody.
We have an assignment. So for positive programming today on Thanksgiving, we are going to go around the horn. We're all going to say what we're thankful for in sports, and we're going to open it up to everybody else, our Unsportsmanlike family. This is your opportunity to call us and give your thanks for your favorite team, your favorite athlete, whatever you want here on ESPN. So 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. Your opportunity to express a little gratitude is next.
All right, so jump in on the Dr. Pepper call-in line right now, as Smalls mentioned, at 888-SAY-ESPN. We'll get a little positive programming brought to you by Skechers Footwear coming up next. We're Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
Saturday on ESPN Radio. Fresh from knocking off Alabama, the Oklahoma Sooners head to Death Valley to face LSU.
It will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Dr. Pepper.
Make this holiday season truly magical with Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker, December 5th through the 8th. Presented in partnership with Krannert Center for the Performing Arts, Area-Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Stone Ridge Dairy, Two Men and a Truck, and Champaign Ballet Academy. Tickets at the Krannert Center box office or cuballet.com. Experience the unforgettable story, music, dancing, and tradition of CU Ballet's The Nutcracker.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus, a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information, including repair quotes and online scheduling requests, available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. When you're looking for your next vehicle, be sure to stop at Sarah Champagne and listen to Merez.
Hi, I'm Merez Johnson Jr., power forward for the University of Illinois basketball team. The only place you should shop for your next vehicle is Sarah Champagne, home of Honda, BMW, Buick GMC, and Subaru. Why? Because they treat you like family every time. Take it from me, Merez Johnson Jr. Sarah Champagne will be the last dealership you will ever work with.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he has a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
Thank you for choosing 2 Men in a Truck. How may I help you?
Hi, I have a strange question. I need help getting my holiday decorations from storage, and then I need to rearrange my furniture for our upcoming parties. Can you guys do that?
Oh, that's not strange at all. 2 Men in a Truck has completed over 10 million moves. We can deliver your decorations right to your doorstep. And of course, our moving experts can help rearrange your furniture for your holiday gatherings.
Not sure how your move is going to work? Go to 2meninatruck.com for your free estimate.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the room, what we're thankful for.
Oh my God.
Positive programming brought to you by Skechers Footwear, stylish comfort for men, women, and kids. Well, you say, oh my God, just because it's a Thursday in November, that's why I'm going to say I'm thankful? So like a Friday in December, I can't say I'm thankful for
Do you
something?
have anything you're thankful for? You can kick us off, Evan.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this.
Okay.
What am I really thankful for? Pat Riley. That's what I'm thankful for.
I thought you were going to say Bill Belichick.
No, I mean, Pat Riley. I think about how many nights I spend with my son or my daughter or my wife or friends watching and obsessing over the Miami Heat. I'm thankful this holiday season for Pat Riley. Thank you, Coach Riley.
Okay, CeCe, you're up.
I too am thankful for Pat Riley. Appreciate all them championships you helped the Lakers
Good point. Good point, CeCe.
I am thankful for rivalry week in college football. We got my alma mater, Virginia, on the road playing against those guys in Blacksburg. We're not going to name that team or that school. And then we've got my adopted team, the Michigan Wolverines, in the game at the Shoe against Ohio State. I mean, in the Palmetto State in South Carolina, you got South Carolina at Clemson. This first time in a long time, that matchup has been between two teams in the top 15. Lenore Sellers, understated baller, quarterback in South Carolina. If you don't know, you need to know. But, yeah, I'm just thankful for rivalry week because we're inevitably going to get some upsets, and the hate is absolutely real. If you look around the Ohio State campus, every letter M across the campus is crossed out with a red X. That's how serious it is when it comes to the rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan. So it'll always be fun, no matter how one-sided the matchup may appear to be.
I'll tell you something, and probably more for tomorrow than today. If you play out Ryan Day this year, losing to Michigan, with his team this year versus their team this year, just saying, hang that out there. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Go ahead. I think.
Okay, so I am thankful for two things this year. First of all, I want to thank my, Evan and CeCe, obviously. But in addition to Evan and CeCe and everyone in Vegas East and Rob and our whole crew here out on Sportsmanlike, which I am very thankful for every day, I am thankful for the love and support that I have been shown from Green Bay Packers fans.
Oh, good one.
I chose the Packers as my new team, and it's always hard when you're going into something that's already so formed, and so many Green Bay Packers fans are born into this fandom. But I cannot tell you the love and support that they have shown me, the way they've welcomed me into being a Packers fan, especially when I was at Lambeau earlier in the season at week 2. It's just been a really special thing and very affirming for me that I found my football home. So shout out to Packers fans. I'm grateful for you. And then the other thing I'm really grateful for this year is Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. I waited my entire life for women's sports to get the shine that it deserves, specifically women's basketball. We've had so many great stars in women's basketball and great rivalries, great storylines, but it's never gotten the exact shine that it's worthy of. But those two women specifically, in addition to a lot of other stars, obviously, in the W, but what they were able to do in capturing a nation's interest and translating it from college to the W is something I will forever be grateful for.
Those are good ones. And the Packers fans absolutely have embraced you like crazy. That's a great one. Women's sports is really hot right now. Not hot enough, but we're going to keep working on that and pushing that out there. You also mentioned Shine multiple times. I do want to shout out Hulu and Anscape. Great documentary about Shine, the rapper turned politician. I watched it this weekend. I forgot to mention it. Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Anyway, all right, let's go. What are you thankful for sports-wise? 888-SAY-ESPN. Dr. Pepper call line. Trent in Cincinnati, listening on Sirius XM 80. Morning, Trent.
Good morning. What's up, y'all? Love the show. CC. Watched you my whole life. Big dog. I got two things. Thankful for the ability to gain a scholarship and be athletic and get free education. And I also train youth in my city via basketball and everything. So being able to further kids' career and just teach them the game is a huge thing for me. So I'm very appreciative, and thank you for taking my call.
Good job, Trent. Not only on your individual accomplishments, but what you're doing to better your community. Shout out to Trent.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful he's
a
part of
fan
our
of the
family.
show, Smalls. He's a fan of the show, and he's paying it forward. How can you not love that?
That's my type of person. That's my type of family member right there in Trent. But I will say something. I said very specifically that we were going to give our things we're thankful for, and then Vegas East was going to give theirs. Evan hating on Vegas East today. Doesn't want to give them the opportunity to be grateful.
We have a million calls up. I didn't know what you wanted me to do.
Not thankful for us, I guess.
Wow. Okay, Pat, you kick us off Vegas East quickly. Let's go.
I'm thankful that Nick Sirianni gave up play calling and that made the Eagles better.
Good one. Cam?
I'm thankful for the Washington Wizards. They are the only thing preventing the Sixers from being the worst team in the NBA right now. So shout out to Jordan Poole.
Very good. Nuno.
I'm thankful for Angel Di Maria and those beautiful 2 assists that he placed yesterday for my beloved Benfica to actually win a game against Monaco in the Champions League.
That was going to be mine.
Yeah,
that was going to be mine.
Just going to say that.
Shout out to whatever Nuno just said.
Shout out to Saquon, too. You rock.
Yeah, Saquon does rock. Shout out to him.
All right, Bob in Raleigh, watching on ESPNU. Thank God we got Vegas Easton. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I am so thankful for 60 years of the tolerance of all the Cleveland sports teams except for 1 year in 2016 with the Cavs.
Wait, are you a Cleveland sports fan or not? Now I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
I bleed orange and brown. I bleed it was the Indians. Now it's the Guardians. And the Cavs since day one.
Okay, thanks.
So you're grateful for the support, for the loyalty and support of Cleveland sports fans? Is that correct?
I am thankful for my tolerance of all the losses and all the ninth innings and all the 2 outs away from the World Series and the drive and the fumble and Red Right 88.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fair. Cleveland sports are terrible. So.
Yeah, he's been through it.
He's had to
They've
be a
been
patient
through
man.
it.
Yeah.
What did you say, Pat?
I said it's fair. Cleveland sports are terrible.
I mean, they have the best team in the NBA despite the loss last night.
Oh, they have the greatest fans, right?
They do have the greatest
when you
fans.
have to start
Sure.
when you have to start they have the greatest fans, like you lose the argument. Once you say, they have the greatest fans, you lose an argument.
They have great fans. Cleveland is an awesome sports town.
How are their teams?
They have great fans. Frank in North Carolina, listening on 99.9 The Fan in Raleigh. Shout out to Brian Gruby and everybody there. They've been supportive of us since day one. Go ahead, Frank.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Just thank you for having me on. I wanted to wish happy Thanksgiving to the group.
Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. I am a diehard Commander fan, and I'm thankful that we actually may make the playoffs this year. And we just got to get it turned around, and thankful that we have finally found ourselves a quarterback.
Now, that is a good one, because if you're a Commander fan, you have a lot to be sports thankful for this year, because what Jaden Daniels has done to transform your franchise is phenomenal.
And they have been through it. Talk about a fan base that has endured a lot. They deserve this. They deserve to have their
The last time they were this excited about a quarterback in his rookie year was RG3 in 2012, and he got the career knocked out of him in his rookie year. Jaden Daniels, it's been a long time coming for that franchise, for that city, and I couldn't be more excited about a player and what his future looks like in the professional ranks. The kid looks like he's got the goods, and he's transformed a franchise in short order.
Coming up, we may ruin 3 people's Thanksgivings. Sorry, we're Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.
In Chinatown, nothing ever changes. I feel like I'm a background character. I think that's called being a loser.
Based on the bestseller by Charles Yu.
Police are investigating a missing woman. Miss Wu, I'm a detective. I need your help.
Why me?
You know Chinatown better than I do.
And from visionary director Taika Waititi comes a mind-bending new series.
If you want to be a part of this, why not be the hero? In Chinatown, Kung Fu can break on any moment.
The Hulu original series, Interior Chinatown. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American farm fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, farm fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Saturday on ESPN Radio. It's rivalry week in college football. Heated rivals go head-to-head at the Los Angeles Coliseum when USC faces Notre Dame, who sit one win from clinching a spot in the college football playoff. Notre Dame at USC. Coverage begins Saturday at 3 Eastern, with kickoff at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app, presented by Dr. Pepper.
Let's go for it.
We know what's at stake. 30 teams in 6 groups. 8 advance, but only 4 get to play in Vegas. And just 1 will be champion. The Emirates NBA Cup. Clippers, Wolves at 7:30 Eastern. And Thunder, Lakers at 10. Friday on ESPN. Presented by State Farm.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
The best thing for now, the no problem involving Daniel Jones going to the Minnesota Vikings after taking that money that the Giants were dumb enough to give him in the first place at $40 million per for the last couple of years. Here's the one thing he can do right now. Breathe, because that is something he has never been allowed to have in the last couple of years. The minute that they signed into that contract and they made Saquon Barkley, literally, relatively speaking, have to beg for scraps to a team that he knew he was central to and did not want to leave in the first place. That's why he's running like he's angry at the ground with the Philadelphia Eagles. Daniel Jones had the same opportunity to do this right now. Not so much with Minnesota, because for the first time in the last couple of years, he's going to know what good coaching looks like and having faith in him, because that's what's going to happen with Kevin O'Connell. So no matter where he winds up, he's going to have the healing hands of Kevin O'Connell on him. That's going to do the same thing for him going forward, what he's doing for Sam Darnold this year with the Minnesota Vikings.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices.
That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
This is Unsportsmanlike with Chris Canty, Evan Cohen, and Michelle Smallman.
My wife is such a good cook that I have no problem saying publicly that my wife is a better cook than my mama. My wife is the best cook I know. I love the Reverend. I love Reverend Canty, but my wife, Mel Canty, is a better cook than my mama.
How does your mom react to that statement?
My wife doesn't like it, and I'm pretty sure my mom doesn't either, but it's true. That's how good of a cook my wife is. Wow. I married the best cook I know.
That is blasphemous.
We are Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. If you missed any of our show today, make sure you listen back to our podcast, wherever podcasts are found. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you're watching on ESPNU or following along on our social media, as curated by the amazing Rob Lorenzo, who is in now year number 2 of his tenure on our show. Year number 1 officially ended for him yesterday. And he's on to year 2. We appreciate Rob, of course. And you will see us all in our pink onesie/pajamas, which there is a lot of buzz about. The amount of people on social media and walking the halls here at the Seaport that are asking how they can get one is remarkable. So what are we going to do with this? Just the three of us talking now.
We got to figure out a way to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the silk USL pajama sets and the onesies.
So Nuno's in charge of the show. Nuno is the leader of the show. One would think if he cares about the fans, he'd then go and use his own money to purchase a lot of these to give out to fans.
His own money?
Yeah. I mean, right? I mean, CC, like he's in charge. Nuno should give back to the fans this Thanksgiving.
He is the leader of the show.
Yeah.
It's good branding and publicity for the show.
It is.
It's good marketing for the show.
But
Nuno.
Whose names are on the show? Whose faces are on Smalls' pajamas?
That's true. I don't see.
I mean,
any
we didn't
Nunos
get.
on the
By the way,
silk sets.
Vegas East didn't get any pajamas.
Right. It's
so.
for fans.
Oh, you guys didn't get any?
No, we didn't get any.
Oh, we got to.
Well, you have not
Vegas
because you
East
asked
have.
not, Nuno. That's on you.
No,
Okay,
when you
it's not-
make swag for a show, like people that work on the show should be getting the swag.
That is true. When I was a producer of various shows, when I produced Rosillo and Cannell, I got all the swag. It wasn't just Ryan and Danny.
Yeah.
Me, Cerruti, Bubba, we all
I
got
actually
it.
am kind of jealous of Smalls, though. She does have the silk pajama set, and I love my onesie, but I feel like I need to have an alternative. And the silk pajama set looks really, really comfy, too.
It's very
Let's go put that out
comfortable.
there.
It's very breathable. It swooshes when I move, which is nice.
And didn't one of you guys get a robe as well? Wasn't
I got
there
a robe too. Yeah, I almost brought it in, but I thought it might be a little too much. And the guys were wearing pink, so I wanted to match. So we were all in unison here. But I don't know how I feel about wearing pajamas that have our faces on them.
Yeah, it's a little jarring for us every once in a while. Like you'll see it on your left shoulder where all of a sudden you see Evan's face.
I know.
Like,
I've noticed that. Like when my hair moves,
Now
I
I
just
want
see
these.
Evan.
Now I want these. I get in bed normally before my wife because I go to sleep earlier. I want her to get in bed and just to see me like, wait, why are Cece and Smalls in here with us?
Okay, well.
I didn't realize that Evan would look
stop
good
it.
as a blonde, too.
What?
Evan as a blonde, it actually kind of works.
Does it?
Your hair is over my head.
Hold on, let me.
Evan as a blonde kind of works.
Look, I'm giving you some bangs here. You
It
kind of look like
works.
Mark Davis right now.
Go ahead and get your Joe Burrow on, Evan. Get your Joe Burrow on. Get the frosted tips, brother. Let's go.
You hear what she said? She said I look like Mark Davis.
And look, I've got the bangs on there for him. He kind of
He does have a Mark Davis. Yeah.
giving Mark Davis.
It's
I'm not mad
giving
at it.
Mark Davis.
I'd be mad at that if I had that haircut. Anyway, okay. So
He
we've
pays
got
good money for those.
We've got 3 games today. We've got the Bears and the Lions. We've got, of course, the Giants and Cowboys, and then the nightcap, which is the best one. At least it seems like the Packers and the Dolphins. 3 coaches are on the hot seat that are going to be coaching today. Brian Daboll of the Giants, Mike McCarthy of the Cowboys, and Matt Eberflus of the Bears. Is there a chance that any one of these 3 are coaching their last games with their respective teams today?
Yeah, I could see Brian Daboll getting clipped. They've lost 6 straight games, and I don't see how they pull out of this nosedive. And the part that's probably the most jarring is how awful the team looked, specifically the offense against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Giants' offense has been absolutely abysmal at home. We all know this to be fact, but they took it to another level with Tommy DeVito this past week. They had 3 first downs and 45 total yards in one half of football. The only touchdown, the only points that they got were in garbage time in the fourth quarter after the game was out of hand. So I could absolutely see a world where Giants ownership, given what they're seeing on the field and what they're hearing from the players in the locker room, decides to make a change over the long weekend.
I don't know if I see any of these 3 getting fired after the results today. Mike McCarthy, definitely not, just because of what Jerry Jones not only said, but the actions he's shown us in the past. When he said he could see a world in which Mike McCarthy does return to the Dallas Cowboys next season, I believe Jerry when he says that, because he has shown a tremendous amount of patience when it comes to head coaches, even in years where the results aren't great, which is why I was very surprised that he would allow Mike McCarthy to go into an offseason as a lame duck, just knowing the disruption that it would cause if the goal is to be all in and win a Super Bowl. But I guess Jerry did get the desired result, which is that we talked about it all season long. So, but I can't see him making that move today, even if the Giants beat the Dallas Cowboys at home on Thanksgiving with America watching. Matt Eberflus, same thing. Even though at the end of the season, I see a scenario where it's likely he doesn't return, I think that the Chicago Bears will be patient and see what he does for the remainder of the season, particularly because last year at this time, it's when the Bears really came on and showed a bunch of fight, showed progress, and showed just a little bit more effort at the end. They wanted to see what he could do. Now, the Brian Daboll one is the most interesting of the 3. While I expect the Giants to maybe let him coach throughout the end of the season, if the Dallas Cowboys, who aren't a good football team and have let everyone come into Jerry's world and absolutely work them this year, somehow destroy the Giants, that might be the tipping point if you're Giants ownership, even though I think it's more likely than not he gets the rest of the season.
They have already come out and said that those 2 guys, Daboll and Shane, the coach and general manager, are seemingly safe. CC has told us as a former Giant, it's not that John Mara, the owner of the team, is lying. It's that those decisions can always be altered based on performance, attitude, team's responsiveness, et cetera, et cetera. So in that moment, there certainly was a chance that was his thought process, and everything has changed since. Let me flip the question then on everybody.
Can I say something about that too, Evan?
Yeah.
Remember the last time that John Mara came out and said that about a head coach in the middle of the season? It was with Ben McAdoo in 2017. Mm-hmm. I don't envision making a change. That's what he said. A month later, he fired Ben McAdoo. Do you remember what the Giants' record was when he fired Ben McAdoo?
I don't. I just remember the garbage bag he wore as a shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna enlighten you. It was December 4th, 2017, and the Giants' record was 2-10. What's the Giants' record right now?
2-9.
2-9.
Okay.
And that was in his second year versus his third year. And that was, I'm just looking up McAdoo now.
And that was after the playoffs. They went to the playoffs his first year.
That was in
2016.
That was the Odell on the boat in the no shirt jeans Tim's
correct.
game. Yeah.
Correct.
That was literally I'm
just going to put that out there. People think it's Ben McAdoo, Brian Daboll, the New York Giants, their head coach is going to be fine throughout the rest of the season because the owner says it so. Not so fast. This thing has become an embarrassment, and it stinks. And as a former player, somebody that's got blood in the ground over there at MetLife Stadium, I don't know how the franchise can function forward without holding somebody accountable. The players are clearly frustrated at the head coach. You heard Leak Neighbors talking about Ask Daves. Everybody in the organization knows better than him. Why are they waiting until the second half to target me? We're down by 30 points. What am I going to do when you get me the football now? You're hearing Dexter Lawrence feel a way about them getting rid of one of his best friends, quarterback Daniel Jones. They're saying that quarterback clearly wasn't the problem. How is that not an indictment on the head coach? And I think that part will become more obvious, more glaring as we continue to move forward. And it could be another one of those embarrassing moments for ownership in a long line of embarrassing moments that has been the 2024 season.
Well, and the thing, too, about what the players are saying, where's the lies? Like, where's the lies and what Malik Neighbors was saying about getting him the ball earlier and at a better rate? Where's the lies and what Dexter Lawrence was saying about Daniel Jones being the best option at quarterback and the message that it sends to the locker room and the toughness or lack thereof that this team is displaying? You know, sometimes we have players come out and say things and we can just say, oh, they feel like they're disgruntled, etc. I don't see any lies coming out of the Giants locker room right now.
All right, I was going to go somewhere else, but this is interesting now with the Giants, because if we're saying that I was going to say McAdoo's the issue, that today, that Daboll, if they get blown out, national TV, Thanksgiving game, etc., that he's fully right then and there in the crosshairs of what may happen, that's the problem. Is there, as we sit here at this point in the season, a suggested solution for the Giants, Cece? Do you have someone that you've thought about, or multiple people, let's say, or a type of coach that you would say something has to change with this organization between McAdoo and Shermer and Judge and Daboll? Every move they've made has not worked. Is there a thought process as to what the solution could be?
The last time the organization went through this type of futility was between, 1964 and 1980, where they didn't go to the playoffs. It was just absolutely abysmal for a decade and a half. And they just went out and got a football czar. They went out and they got George Young to come in and overhaul the organization, to reshape, to change it. And that's what they need to do this time around. They need to go out and get a football czar. And to me, somebody that would absolutely pick up the phone call, somebody that has been interested in the job, is Bill Belichick. He's the one that I would rely on to come in, to step in, and to reshape everything. Now, I wouldn't want Belichick buying the groceries. I wouldn't want him to be my general manager. But in terms of coaching this team and establishing a culture that can eventually lead to sustained success, I have full confidence that he can do that. And then also, when you look at Belichick's expertise, the defensive side of the ball, and specifically with outside linebackers, wouldn't you want to have that guy be the head coach when you got Kayvon Thibodeau and Spider Burns? I don't know. Just maybe. So it feels like the New York Giants would be a good fit for Bill Belichick. I would hope that they would give that some consideration, because this is a franchise that not only has to reestablish a winning culture, but they also have to reestablish some credibility in the eyes of their fan base. And I can't see a hire out there that does that more than bringing back Belichick.
So what's interesting about that in terms of the grocery part of it, they don't have a quarterback, so that if you're Belichick, obviously that's a scary proposition there, of course. But
is it scary when you're going to have a top 3 pick?
Yeah, because I don't know that I'm jumping at the quarterbacks this year for him versus maybe last year or next year in terms of how good they could be, because I don't think Shador is going to get to 3. And Cam Ward, I like Cam Ward. I don't know where he's going to go, but just so you're buying the groceries thing, that's an easy fix. If Chris Canty is the owner of the Giants in this case, and Belichick needs to sell you, think about how many successful general managers he's worked with that are available for hire right now if he has the good relationships with, if he's interested in working with them. From Scott Pioli, who was with them in New England, to Thomas Dimitroff, who was in Atlanta, to John Robinson, who I thought did a good job in Tennessee, to Bob Quinn, who was in Detroit. Now, okay, say what you want, but the early stages of this Detroit team were built when he drafted them, to Mike Lombardi, who he works with that's 5 off the top of my head without thinking about it. 5 ex-general managers that he's worked with and had level of success with that you could pitch to if CC's the owner. Okay, I get it. You don't like what I did at the end of New England. What if I brought these guys with me? Then you take a step back and say, okay, let's further the conversation. Like, there's a counter to that, and I mean that in a good way. Like, if you're Belichick in that
absolutely.
Spot. I love the idea of him coaching the Giants. I don't love the idea of him not inheriting a quarterback upon arrival.
Because you're worried he won't pick the right one?
No, it's not that. It's running out of time. He's 70-something years old.
Yeah.
Don't sign up for that if you don't have to, I guess is what I'm saying. You know, we've talked a lot today about the Dolphins side of tonight. Jordan Love has kind of been quiet in our conversation about what's going to happen tonight. Is that a good thing? Is less Jordan Love actually more? We'll discuss next. It's on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.
It's rivalry week in college football. Heated rivals go head-to-head at the Los Angeles Coliseum when USC faces Notre Dame, who sit 1 win from clinching a spot in the college football playoff. Coverage begins Saturday at 3 Eastern, with kickoff at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app, presented by Dr. Pepper.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all can play all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want razors, too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there?
Taking bribes.
Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Hey, could you tell me what aisle your car batteries are in?
Sure, I'll go grab one for you. Here's your battery. It might be expired, but oh well. Also, the brand isn't that great, but it should work for at least a year or two, maybe. Anyways, I went ahead and charged you for it, and here's the battery. Okay, have a great day.
What just happened?
Sometimes good things are hard to find, but they're worth the wait. Make the trip out to Interstate All Battery Center at 2504 North Madison Avenue and get all of your battery needs taken care of by the trusted professionals. Give them a call today at 355-4855.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
ILLINI. Cheer on the Illini and Pia's. The pregame fun starts at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill. Pia's serves up its famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger along with great wings and so much more. Enjoy 350 22-ounce light and course light drafts every home and away Illini game. Watch the game at Pia's or ride the free shuttle to all home games. You'll find it all at Pia's with live video gaming, sports, food, drinks, and fun. See you at Pia's, West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
strong, so I'd probably go there.
Okay.
Why?
I thought you, being the competitive person you are and putting so much stock into any football performance you've ever had, that you would have already thought about this.
Well, I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I thought that you would have had your team, your dream team in your head.
Do you guys do that, Cece? Or would that be, and is that when you talk about the police ending up at your home?
Wow. Okay. Moving right along, sir.
Well, you're the one who says that every Canty event has the police ending up there. I don't say that.
I said there's the potential for that to happen. Not every single one, but if we had that type of situation where we were getting competitive to that end, then it would be a problem.
Yeah, I could see that.
It would be a problem. We don't know how to play nice in the sandbox. We just don't.
Competitive.
Hey guys, so Canty and Evan, since you're hosting a bunch of people, has the guest list changed throughout the week? Like more or less?
Yes,
like how we
actually.
feeling?
Yes, it has. Why? I don't understand.
No, I'm just asking.
I know what Nuno's doing. There are some guests that are potentially up in the air. And two, your question, sir, it's to be determined. We'll figure this thing out at kickoff. It's a true game time decision.
Nuno's a bad guy.
He is a bad guy.
You didn't have to respond that way.
Pat's the one that keeps playing that rejoin, though.
I kind of do because it seems weird and awkward on the radio if I don't have a response. I have to let people behind the curtain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you putting some things out in the ether that are not meant for public consumption, sir.
Pat literally has played the same rejoin about how you don't like your mother's cooking 3 times so far.
I don't think it said he doesn't like his mother's cooking.
He just said his wife is the best cook he knows.
I didn't like my mom's cooking. Look at you stirring the pot.
If you
literally and figuratively stirring the pot.
I'm not married, but Evan, Canty, you could tell me this. If you say you like your wife's cooking better than your mother's, does that not mean you're saying that your mother's cooking is not good?
My mother's cooking is not good.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I am complimenting my wife.
Yes.
Her cooking is so good that I prefer it to my mom's. I'm complimenting my wife. It just so happens to be true. So I'm just going to go out there and put it out there. I don't see a problem with that.
And how does your
mother be mad at her husband for big upping his wife?
You're still her baby. You're still her baby.
Yeah, but I think saying your wife is number one and your mom is a close second is in no way disrespectful. And I think it's great that Cece married, in his opinion, the best chef that he knows.
Well, Smalls, I'm glad you feel that way now. If only you could convince my mother, the good reverend, that that's the fact. But she feels like it's disrespectful. But I don't think it's disrespectful.
At least you don't publicize it, though.
Well, here's the other part. Here's the other part of the game. I gotta live with my wife. I ain't gotta live with my mama.
That's true. Good point. Good point. Happy wife, happy life, right, Cece?
No doubt.
Smart man.
All right. Let's talk about Love. As in the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, we have not discussed him maybe enough today, because when we've been thinking about these games, the Lions are awesome. They're going for 10 in a row. The Bears are trying to continue development of Caleb Williams. The Cowboys and Giants have given us an amazing opportunity to eat and then nap. And the Packers and the Dolphins, that's the primetime game that we're all interested in. And the Dolphins have been very much the topic of conversation because we have declared this a must win for the Dolphins. If they don't win tonight, they're not going to make the playoffs. I think we all know that. They may not make the playoffs even if they do win tonight. But Jordan Love has looked more Aaron Rodgers than he has, more Brett Favre than he has Aaron Rodgers with the Packers specifically. Could that, Smalls, cost your team a shot at the Super Bowl? If he continues to turn the ball over, which he did not throw an interception in the last game, but if he looks more Favre-ish than Rodgers, and Favre did get to 2, Rodgers got to 1, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I'm glad you brought up the fact that he did not throw an interception last weekend versus San Francisco, because I'm hoping that that's a positive trend that we see down the stretch here for Jordan Love and for Green Bay. He has 11 interceptions this season, tied with Patrick Mahomes for the second most in the NFL, only behind Geno Smith. That's obviously turning the ball over way too much. And you have to take into account with that output right there that he's also been injured this season and has missed some games. So he is turning the ball over at far too high of a clip. And I'm hoping that what we saw last week, like I said, is a positive trend, because that absolutely could cost you a Super Bowl. When you get into the playoffs and you get into games that are tightly contested against the top opponents in the NFL, your margin for error gets smaller. And if you're turning the ball over, like we always talked about with Josh Allen, who has, course corrected this season, that could be the thing that comes back to bite you, which is why I'm hoping today that it's a Josh Jacobs special. It's going to be really cold at Lambeau. Don't give the Miami Dolphins an opportunity. Don't be careless with the football, which we have seen Jordan Love do sometimes with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too panicked about the Jordan Love of it all. I understand that Josh Jacobs is on 6 touchdowns over the last 4 games. He has been a godsend for this team, especially this offense, because they can have more balance than they have in the past under Matt LaFleur. But what I'll say about Jordan Love is that this is the regularly scheduled program for this kid. He always gets out to slow starts during the regular season, and then he heats up as we move into the second half and the postseason. Last year, Jordan Love, through the first 9 weeks of the NFL season, had 12 passing touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He finished the last year with 22 total touchdowns to 3 interceptions. So from week 10 through the playoffs, Jordan Love, 22 total touchdowns to 3 interceptions and the second highest QBR in the sport. So I'm used to seeing Jordan Love struggle early and then him get hot late. And if that's what's going to happen, then the Green Bay Packers are a serious threat to get to and win a Super Bowl. Because right now this team is 8-3 and Jordan Love hasn't come close to playing his best football. But if he plays up to the potential, to the talent that we all know and have seen on display in the most important moments of the season, then this Green Bay Packers team is going to be a tough out for anybody. And that includes the Detroit Lions. That includes the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hell yeah.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Coming up, our ESPN Radio Pick'em Challenge. I'm just looking at the standings. I recognize that group of people in first place. We'll discuss next and pick games. It's Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
This show and all of ESPN Radio is streaming live on the ESPN app, featuring ESPN Plus, where you get more ESPN. Download the ESPN app today and take ESPN and ESPN Radio everywhere.
Harry Douglas here. Say goodbye to bulky, clunky shavers that clutter your bathroom. Not only do you get an incredible shave, Panasonic's Palm Razor has a sleek, elegant design that adds a touch of sophistication to your bathroom. It also conveniently charges with the USB cord. Visit shop.panasonic.com/sports to shop for the Palm Razor. And from Thursday through Monday, it's 15% off, no promo code needed. That's shop.panasonic.com/sports.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
An official message from Medicare. Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money. Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, this is Michael from Lands. Big changes are coming to the HVAC industry. The EPA is phasing out the current refrigerant. This is going to mean new laws, new equipment, and higher costs. If you're thinking about replacing or upgrading your air conditioner, doing it now could save you a lot of money. Don't wait for the rush. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your system before the price increase in 2025. Call Lands today or visit us at landsinc.com to schedule your upgrade and save big before it's too late.
All right, Tim Onstad, tell me how you're doing at Dedicated Diesel and the Dixie Chopper. You have any late model deals here I can make?
Yeah, there are fall deals on everything. We've got 3 or 4 used machines in there that Andy's looking to get rid of. We still have some new models, very few, limited of those, but those are going to be at the lowest prices that you can get. If you give us a price and it's close to what our dealer invoice is, he'll go for it.
Okay.
We'll do that and get rid of it.
Good time to buy then.
It's a great time to buy. Best prices you can get, and if you need service, now's the time to bring them in to get them serviced and get ahead of the rush and get ready for spring.
Gail Frericks Trucking, can people apply just to give you a resume?
We actually are starting a waiting list now for drivers for our regional van over the road. We've got a good group right now, and we're blessed with it.
What's the location?
1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can get Andy at 217-328-0562. They can reach me at the office at 765-793-7131.
Hi, this is Jay Lehman. Body and Soul Sports is celebrating 45 years of serving our community, and they want to say thank you. Join them for their anniversary sale starting Wednesday, November 27th, and after closing for Thanksgiving Day, they'll be open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and in their sale Monday, December 2nd. At this very sale, I've purchased a bunch of shoes. I've got my cleats from Body and Soul, my sneakers from Body and Soul. They are the one-stop shop in Champaign-Urbana. If you need shoes, if you need athletic gear, Body and Soul is the way to go. Body and Soul Sports, simply the best at what they do.
Since 1955, the University of Illinois Police Training Institute has been dedicated to making police officers active, respected members of their community. Using the adult learning model, PTI's curriculum focuses on understanding diverse communities and treating everyone with dignity and respect, going beyond state standards, specializing in Brill Lead training, juvenile officer certification, and LGBTQ ally training. Discover more on Facebook and Instagram or visit pti.illinois.edu.
It's a team, man. It's a team. One guy can't do it. It takes all of them.
ESPN Radio's Pick'em Challenge.
ESPN Radio Pick'em Challenge. We pick games against our fellow ESPN Radio shows, our teammates. Would you guys like to start in terms of the standings update, from the bottom?
Sure.
Maybe we'll start at the bottom, like last place. Like really far back up
That's how
first
CC
place.
does his power rankings from 5 to 1 every
so
week.
In last place, like the bottom, Carlin versus Joe.
Wow.
Terrible. 15, 20, and 1.
Wow.
Let's just emphasize this. Carlin versus Joe, 15, 20, and 1. That gets a coach fired.
It's shocking.
It's coach fired.
It's a shocking result.
Gotta put somebody there on the hot seat. I don't know who it is. Is it Carlin? Is it Joe? Is it Wilner, the producer? Evan Wilner?
Hot seat watch.
No, it's got to be Fortenbaugh. He's the final boss, right?
Yeah, good point.
So that means he's the one that's most responsible for what the product is. And it's been inferior to the rest of the ESPN radio network.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Definitely in the hot seat. All right, second to last place, Amber and Ian at 17, 18, and 1. Then Cam Pratt, who's with us today. Do you have an explanation as to why your team, the Greeny team, has a losing record at 17, 18, and 1?
Well, they usually trust me to make those picks, so that's why.
All right, there's terrible. 18, 17, and 1 is game night. Freddie and Harry tied with us atop the leaderboard, 19, 16, and 1. We are in first place with Freddie and Harry. Weekdays 3P to 7P Eastern Time. Let's pick some games, guys. Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 4.
I mean, the Cowboys have won 7 straight against the New York Giants. So it's hard not to be on board with the Cowboys and laying the 4 points. I do expect that the Giants are going to be feisty, but I just think the quarterback position is going to limit what they can be on the offense and limit what this team overall can do. We don't know what the status of Tommy DeVito is. He didn't travel to Dallas with the team. He's expected to join them a little bit later, so at some point. But it's a long shot that he plays, and if so, you're going to go to Drew Lock. And Drew Lock was the quarterback that you passed up when you started Tommy DeVito after you cut Daniel Jones. So that tells me that you think more of DeVito than you do Drew Lock. And we saw how DeVito played against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys. I think they're all over the Giants at home on Turkey Day.
Okay, so I hear where you're coming from with your side of the argument, but may I counter with the fact that the Cowboys absolutely stink at home this year. They stink. If they lose this game, they'll be 0-6 at home. It'll be the third time in franchise history that's happened. The Cowboys have been outscored by 118 points through 5 home games this season. They stink at home. So I don't know. I could see the Giants shockingly winning this game.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
This is it's a stoppable force meeting a movable object.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
I'm going with the Cowboys. This is the first time in God knows how long that the Cowboys feel an ounce of momentum. They win last week against the Commanders, a great win. They have to, in this moment, be looking at this saying, hey, guys, I don't believe they have a shot, but they have to be looking at it as, hey, guys, we got a shot. We got the Giants today, Bengals, Monday Night Football, long gap in between, get guys healthy, at the Panthers. Like, those are winnable games. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Yeah, sure, you could say Drew Lock kind of gives maybe a little momentum for the Giants, maybe just sling it out there. No, I'm sorry. Not doing it. Bears at the Lions. CC, Lions favored by 10. We've had the discussion all week. Could the Lions be peaking a little too early? Doesn't mean they're not great. It means for relative to postseason success, could they be peaking a little too early?
Here's what I'll say. I just losing 3 straight division games seems like a rough proposition. I got to imagine that you're going to get the last gas from the Matt Eberflus-led Chicago Bears, and Caleb Williams has been trending in the right direction despite not getting the outcome that they've been looking for since Thomas Brown took over as the offensive coordinator. I think the Bears are a little feistier than the odds makers want to give them credit for, so I would actually take the Bears and the points in this matchup. I still think the Detroit Lions win, but I think the Chicago Bears make it closer than the experts think.
Could not agree more with everything that CC just said. I know Detroit has won 4 of its last 5 by double digits. They've been working everybody. However, the Chicago Bears feel like they've been kind of inching closer and closer. They have been showing that feistiness. They have been showing that they've been better in games, especially Caleb Williams. A late season divisional game, I don't know. 10 points seems like too much for me. I would do exactly what CC said and roll with the Bears.
This feels like the kind of game where the Lions either win by 1 or 21. And no in between. So I'm cool going with the 1 in this case, right? I'm not going, and neither of you guys, obviously, with the Bears beating the Lions, but the Bears covering, totally fine with. It's on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance, ESPN Radio Pick'em. We got Cowboys -4. We've got the Bears -10. The late game tonight, Dolphins at the Packers. Packers are favored, CC, by 3.5 at home this evening in cold weather.
Yeah, the cold weather thing is real. A cold player is not a fast player. And then beyond that, I just think the physicality of the Green Bay Packers slows down that speedy offense from the Miami Dolphins. So I'll take the Green Bay Packers. I'll lay the 3.5 points, have no hesitation in doing so. We got to remember, this Packers defense is opportunistic. They create a lot of negative plays. They create a lot of turnovers. The team is second when it comes to points off of turnover margin. So I think this is a situation where you look for that Packers defense to find a way to disrupt Tua in that offense, create some extra possessions, create some short fields. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs in the Packers offense capitalized on it. Give me the Packers laying the points.
The Dolphins have been more productive since Tua's been back. He's been incredibly accurate. However, I'm going to default to the obvious. Just like CC said, Tua 0-7 when the temperature is 40 degrees or colder. We're trending towards a balmy 26 degrees by kickoff in Green Bay. I'm not going to overthink this one. Go Pack, go.
I agree. Packers -3.5, but I don't think it's that difficult to pick. Watch us have egg on our face tomorrow. Okay, last one, the Friday game. Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 12.5. CC's former teammate Antonio Pierce, head coach of the Raiders, came out yesterday and just was honest. And he probably has nothing to lose. His fate may already be sealed for all we know. He said, listen, it's the best team versus the worst team. What do we have to lose? I don't hate that attitude. What else are you going to do if you're the Raiders head coach right now? Chiefs favored by 12.5. CC, where we're going on this?
Oh, man. I actually like the Raiders and the points on this one. The Kansas City Chiefs haven't really blown out a lot of teams this year. I mean, you look at what happened, their win on the road against Carolina. You're talking about that game being, down to the wire. And the Carolina Panthers thought they would force overtime. Unfortunately, they didn't realize that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest football player on the planet, maybe the greatest that has ever lived. He had a last-second scoring drive to get the win and get out of there. But I don't think that this is a situation where the Chiefs are going to blow the doors off of the Raiders. And it's because of what Antonio Pierce said. This is a team that has nothing to lose. And their loss to the Denver Broncos last week was a lot closer than that 29-19 score. So I actually like the Raiders getting the 12.5 points in this spot.
It's weird that I'm so in lockstep with everything that we're saying here. Usually I'm the outlier. But yeah, I think that 12.5 is too much. Kansas City's been playing teams very, very close. And I could absolutely see the Raiders making this one interesting. I think the Chiefs will win, but I think the Raiders keep it closer than that 12.5.
What does Bill Belichick say about football, where great team starts at or after Thanksgiving, or after Thanksgiving? Tomorrow's after Thanksgiving. These are the Kansas City Chiefs. These are the Chiefs that lost to the Raiders a year ago. And these are the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, that have a quarterback named Patrick Mahomes who was made fun of by the Raiders players in the offseason imitating him, right?
Oh, they did, yeah.
They were mocking him. I would lean Chiefs in a blowout. Obviously, no issue with the idea of maybe Go ahead.
Actually, you convinced me.
I did.
You convinced me.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You can't taunt Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs. Sometimes, they take a moment in the regular season to prove a point, and this could be one of those games because this loss last year on Christmas Day was the turning point for their season. That could be a situation where they look to embarrass the Las Vegas Raiders for what they did. So I think you might be on to something, Ev. I'm willing to consider going with the Chiefs and laying the 12.5 points. With such a big number in a divisional game, it feels like they're begging you to take the Raiders into points. And when Vegas is begging you to do something you probably shouldn't. So, I don't know, Smalls. I feel like I'm flip-flopping on you a little bit. I think I'm going to go with Evan and take the Chiefs and lay in the 12.5.
Can I just make one other add-on point to this? So, the easy counter, somebody listening, watching right now would say, well, wait a minute. They only beat the Raiders by 7 earlier in the season. That's right. But their season doesn't start till tomorrow. And maybe even after that, to be honest with you. But
it doesn't start till the AFC Championship game.
Right, but the point is that they're so good. They're working everything out to get to this point. And, oh, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Isaiah Pacheco back tomorrow? Oh, and by the way, don't they have a backup running back now in Kareem Hunt who will beat you up on the defensive line and their linebackers, the way he plays and runs the football?
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna physically beat up on the Raiders, I think, tomorrow. And I hate to do this because I don't think they're actually going to fire him in season, but we may have had this incorrect in terms of the coaches coaching for their job over Thanksgiving or beyond. I mean, is it crazy that Antonio Pierce is 2 tomorrow? 2-10? Just saying. I don't think he's going to be back next season. I don't know. I lean Chiefs blowout in this one.
I hate it, but I'm overruled.
Yeah. All right. So we got Cowboys -4, Bears +10, Packers -3.5, and the Chiefs -12.5 as part of the ESPN Radio Pick'em Challenge here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Coming up, we got CC's Best Bet and a Thanksgiving edition of Unsportsmanlike Moments of the Day. Next, Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
This show and all of ESPN is streaming live on the ESPN app, featuring ESPN Plus, the streaming service powered by ESPN. From live events to original programming, download the ESPN app and sign up for ESPN Plus today.
Attention all truck drivers looking for a new opportunity with great pay and amazing benefits. Gale Frericks Trucking has got you covered. Join their team, receive a $4,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, $4,000 just for coming on board. Plus, enjoy a $1,200 gross weekly pay guarantee. Drive their state-of-the-art Freightliner Cascadia trucks equipped with a revolutionary system designed to reduce weight and downtime. Get home every weekend and some nights during the week with paid vacations and holidays. They offer company-sponsored health insurance and all the benefits you deserve. Regional drivers get first priority. Don't wait. Apply in person at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive, Urbana, or call Tim at 765-505-1295. That's 765 505-1295. Start your journey today with Gale Frericks Trucking.
A family-friendly comedy movie is coming to Danville's Fisher Theater on Saturday, November 30th. The LAF Kids has 4 orphans trying to save the head lady and orphanage as they go on an adventure of a lifetime. The world premiere of The Laugh Kids will have a red carpet event with all kinds of stars coming into town for this special night. Get your tickets and check out the VIP passes by visiting atthefisher.com/laf.kids.
Hi, it's Wes from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Lands is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Lands we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Lands Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Right now, Lands is offering up to $1,500 off qualifying Trane heating and cooling systems, and combining it with utility companies' rebates and potential tax credits, now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
Since 1937, Citizens Equity First Credit Union, or CEFCU, has been serving its 385,000 owners with something better than banking. We believe in an open and honest approach to handling your money. Are you ready for your next car? Enjoy low interest rates on auto loans tailored just for you. Remember, we're not a bank. We're better. Experience the CEFCU difference today, where you're not just a customer, you're an owner. Visit CEFCU.com for more details. Federally insured by NCUA.
The average American throws away almost 5 pounds of trash per day, half which ends up in a landfill. At 2 Men in a Junk Truck, when we pick up your unwanted furniture, appliances, trash, and office equipment, we make it a priority to divert those items from your local landfill. 2 Men in a Junk Truck, looking for partners that share our vision of environmental responsibility. If you and your organization can reuse, upcycle, recycle some of these items, we would love to work with you. Contact us at 2meninAjunkTruck.com. We want to make room for what matters most.
The City of Urbana invites you to the 3rd annual Trees and Lights from Around the World event in downtown Urbana. Happening daily from December 7th to the 21st from 12 to 4 p.m., you'll experience trees and window art displays that tell a unique and beautiful story. Enjoy vibrant Urbana during their Trees and Lights this holiday season as you check out local shops, art galleries, diverse cuisine, and tantalizing drinks. Create memories with family and friends with the City of Urbana.
Since 1955, the University of Illinois Police Training Institute has been a leader in law enforcement training, standing out as one of the largest and longest-running academies in the United States. Operating on campus, PTI has trained tens of thousands of officers using research-based techniques and over 100 hours of scenario-based training focused on de-escalation and communication. Dedicated to integrity, respect, and service, PTI is shaping the future of policing. Learn more on Facebook, Instagram, or visit pti.illinois.edu.
I'm from Memphis, Indiana, and happy Thanksgiving.
All right. And Lila?
Hey, guys.
Come on, you got to speak up, Lila. Come on, Lila, bud.
I'm from Indiana, too. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. And that is a part of the Canty family. Now, we got our player today, and we're going to go with the Turkey Day parlay. So we're going to start with the 12:30 game. We're taking the Lions on the money line. No need to mess around there. We've got the Dallas Cowboys laying at 3.5 against the Giants at home. And I've got the Miami Dolphins plus 3.5 on the road in Lambeau. That 3-leg parlay pays out at plus 322. That is the play of the day.
We survived a terrible, terrible moment in our history.
The most unsportsmanlike moment of the day.
That was terrible.
Was not a great look.
CC, it seems like you got wonderful cousins. Hopefully they did not watch Louisville in Indiana last night because that was...
Oh, they did. They did. We watched it
89-61. Not ideal.
That was a beatdown.
I was listening on SportsCenter all night on the way in this morning with Jay Reynolds, and they were playing a clip with our buddy Jay Will and our guy Seth Greenberg. And they were just like, I don't understand how a 14th ranked team in America could lose by 28 points. They were like, this is just a butt kicking all around. They were stunned at the result of that. So hopefully today is better for your family than yesterday.
I hope things are okay with Woody out there in Indiana. Let's just hope that things go okay the rest of the way.
Can't have many more of those types of losses.
No, sure can't.
All right. So it is Thanksgiving, and we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. A reminder, if you're friends with any of us, make sure you text us Happy Thanksgiving individually with our names on it. Specifically one Chris Canty, if you have his phone number. He loves getting those texts and wants to respond to each and every one of you. And feel free to text Smalls and I as well if you have our phone numbers as well. Anyway, nothing can be said. So yesterday on First Take, Christopher Mad Dog Russo, what is he mad about? He's mad about Thanksgiving, and there were others involved, including Molly and Stephen A. and Kimberly A. Martin and Jeff Saturday. Take a listen to the doggy yesterday on First Take.
Okay. This is what I want tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Okay. I don't want to see a child. I don't want to see a relative. I don't want to see my mother with the burnt veal parmesan or the ruined dessert where we all get sick because she can't cook. I don't want to see that either. And believe me, I don't want to see Jeannie. Okay? So this is what I want to do. Put me downstairs. Okay? Put a little turkey, open up the door, and place it on the ground so I can eat it when I want. Give me the complete unknown soundtrack of Dylan, and let me do this. This is what I want to do tomorrow. Take a peek. That is my new jigsaw puzzle. And guess who is on the cover?
Babe Ruth.
That is the Bambino.
Bambino.
It's black and white.
You are such an antisocial only
That's all I want. There you go. He's right-handed because Sam doesn't know he hits left hand. But that's what I want. It's 1,000 pieces. Sit me down. There you go. My little jeans, my little glasses, and my Babe Ruth thing tomorrow. And I can have the Lion game. I can bet all I want. Little cocktail, little Dylan thing with the complete unknown. And let me sit there. It's 1,000 pieces. It's all black and white. There's no color jigsaw pieces. It is hard to do, but I want to do it. Okay. And I want to do it alone.
Okay.
Did anybody pick up?
Doing that alone.
Stephen A., I just want to let you know, in case you didn't know, Mad Dog's an only child, so that explains a lot.
There's no doubt.
Did y'all pick up on what he
said? Did y'all pick up on what he said? He said he wanted her to put a plate of food and just slide it by the door. So in other words, Doggy wants to be treated like a dog.
Okay. All right. There is so much to digest there with that. For those, by the way, Jeannie is his wife, the one who he says doesn't want her around. Okay. There's so many attacks on so many people, which is wonderful. Let's start with his Thanksgiving scenario where he just wants to be left alone by himself. I'm in on that. I like that part of it. I would not say that about my wife and kids, though. He wants out, and he's got 4 children.
Okay.
4 of them. So he wants no part of any of them. All right? That we could sit there and debate all day long. But there were 2 attacks with other people on this show. One was Pat Costello, CC, and the other was Michelle Smallman.
Correct.
Let's start with Pat. Pat, you are bothered by the jigsaw puzzle with Doggy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like he just must be a big fan of I'm Over It. I don't know. He comes in ranting about wanting to do more puzzles. If only he would have paid attention a month ago, that's what we talked about, if not longer. I don't even remember. But yeah, I'm basically living Mad Dog's life.
You are.
He's always been a big puzzle guy. Loves puzzles. Now, Smalls, you are an only child.
Indeed, I am.
Doggy is an only child. Molly said he's like this because he's an only child. Your thoughts?
Not all only children like to be isolated. I'm an only child, and I love to be around people. I've sometimes been known to be quite the social butterfly, especially at the holidays, on the holidays. So I understand the thought process that Molly had, but I'm here to tell you that's blasphemous against only children. Just because we grew up without siblings does not mean that we like to be alone all the time. But I have one more thing there.
Yeah.
I think he was actually subconsciously taking a diss at all of us.
Why is that?
Who are here today in our beautiful unsportsmanlike pajama sets and the onesies. Because we know on Thanksgiving, you're going to eat a lot. We need to have some room to eat. We need to feel comfortable. So we're setting the tone. Did you see how Dog said, I want to be left alone in my jeans and my sweater? Jeans on Thanksgiving?
No shot.
What are we doing?
So are you guys all wearing this same outfit for the rest of the day? Like, can I wear this home today and just wear it around my house?
Well, of course. It's your house. Do whatever you want.
All right. I may do that. There was one other thing. So Smalls and I witnessed this yesterday. He's walking around here and literally going up to every single person. Have you seen the trailer for the Bob Dylan movie Complete Unknown? It's very good. He literally stopped Smalls and I to ask us if we've seen the trailer to the Bob Dylan movie that with Timothy Chalamet that comes out in December. Who cares if we've seen the trailer? for the Bob Dylan movie.
Didn't you just do that with a Shine documentary?
You
20 minutes ago?
Wait, hold on. The Shine documentary about the rapper turned politician Shine was made by Anscape, which is part of ESPN, which is on Hulu, which ESPN is in partnership with.
Yeah,
so
but,
at least
we
I'm
hit the break and you were
cross-promoting
like,
what we
Kathy,
do.
did you see the Shine documentary? You should watch it.
Yeah, it's a good
did the same thing.
You did do that.
And the problem was, I asked these guys, I was like, do you guys know who Shine is? And both
the rapper.
But Pat and Cam, who are 20-something years old, have no idea who Shine is. Smalls has no idea who Shine is.
If I could start from scratch a song with Def Jam. That guy? No? It's great.
I have no idea.
Oh, now I know.
Okay, so he's officially out of Money in the Jar.
I'm trying to give you context as to who the rapper is.
Starting tomorrow, you got to put money in the jar.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that, Canty.
Man, why? Listen, Nuno. Listen, we're almost through the Thanksgiving Day show with nobody being fired. Let's keep it that way, please.
I have no
sir.
idea what he said.
I missed it.
No, I know, and I'm glad you don't. Because Nuno just showed me that he doesn't like me by the seed he just planted in my head, which I can't now unthink.
Nuno's a bad teammate.
Did he do it on the air or off the air?
He did it off the air.
I did it off there.
Wait a minute. Nuno, you're feeding him comments he should make.
No, he shouldn't make.
No,
I shouldn't
why
make
would you
them.
feed him
No,
comments
this is
he
something
shouldn't
that
make?
I absolutely shouldn't say.
So why would you be fed those comments?
Because Nuno's a bad guy.
It's
Plus, he's
around
off
why
tomorrow.
Shine went to jail, and that's why I can't say it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely don't go there.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's a
He
terrible,
went to jail. In the
terrible
documentary,
teammate.
they document that he went to jail for 9 years for something he didn't do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Someone else in the news.
Spoiler.
Someone say he was a fall guy.
What are we doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Nuno,
I was
why?
playing funny doggy
Why?
stuff.
Literally 10 seconds left in the show. Why, Nuno?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Tex Canty. Greeny up next. We're on to Friday on Sportsmanlike.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland, 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, this is Jay Lehman. Body and Soul Sports is celebrating 45 years of serving our community, and they want to say thank you. Join them for their anniversary sale starting Wednesday, November 27th, and after closing for Thanksgiving Day, they'll be open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and in their sale Monday, December 2nd. At this very sale, I purchased a bunch of shoes. I've got my cleats from Body and Soul, my sneakers from Body and Soul. They are the one-stop shop in Champaign-Urbana. If you need shoes, if you need athletic gear, Body and Soul is the way to go. Body and Soul Sports, simply the best at what they do.
The average American throws away almost 5 pounds of trash per day, half which ends up in a landfill. At 2 Men in a Junk Truck, when we pick up your unwanted furniture, appliances, trash, and office equipment, we make it a priority to divert those items from your local landfill. 2 Men in a Junk Truck looking for partners that share our vision of environmental responsibility. If you and your organization can reuse, upcycle, recycle some of these items, we would love to work with you. Contact us at 2meninajunktruck.com. We want to make room for what matters most.
NAMI Champaign County seeks to improve the lives of individuals who are living with mental conditions. With education, support, public awareness, and advocacy, the National Alliance on Mental Illness has been supporting families since 1983. A free in-person 8-session educational program is coming your way to help families, significant others, and friends of people with mental health conditions. Learn strategies for taking care of a person that you love. Details can be found at NAMIChampaign.org. You are not alone.
A family-friendly comedy movie is coming to Danville's Fisher Theater on Saturday, November 30th. The LAF Kids has 4 orphans trying to save the head lady and orphanage as they go on an adventure of a lifetime. The world premiere of The Laugh Kids will have a red carpet event with all kinds of stars coming into town for this special night. Get your tickets and check out the VIP passes by visiting atthefisher.com/laf.kids.
Solar companies are on the rise, here today and gone tomorrow. Rector Solar and Roofing family roots back 4 generations, living and working in Central Illinois, with the goal to take the confusion out of replacing a roof or adding solar panels to your home or business. With all the incentives and rebates now available, solar is more affordable than ever. Let a knowledgeable representative take the worry and guesswork out of solar and get a free quote. Discover the Rector Factor for solar. Call 217-281-7000 or visit rectorsolar.com.
If you want a hand-cut, perfectly cooked filet, there's only one place to get it.